So these are two varieties of lilies. The one on the left is not starting to bloom yet, but on the right is called purple tree lily from the Brecks. Let's see if I can get some flashlight. The petal reflects light. But anyway, this is the first year. I really liked it. And this is Lilium, on the reddish one is Lilium Salmon Star. It's a early blooming variety, but it looked like a late blooming type. It's also highly fragrant. There is a very tall trumpet lily that is about to be in full bloom as well. The shorter bicolor lily, I think, is Asiatic lily called Lollipop. And the tall ones are the Landini, dark black colored, maroon colored lily. I bought this bird bath from Temu for like $15. It's a deal. Lollipop. Also note, the most obvious for lollipop, the flower actually fade. The flower behind has been blooming for at least 3 days because we had overcast days for 3 days and the night temperature is as low as 15 degrees. So it is able to maintain its flower for 3 days or more. And the newly opened one has a much pronounced color. It's almost glowing in the sun. And of course the Landini, a very healthy, very vigorous variety. I have this lily for at least 3 to 5 years. So they come back blooming every year, and I can tell if they are vigorous or not. It seems the lollipop is lovely, but they don't grow as tall as the Landini. Which means you have to pay more attention because the bigger they grow, the more resistant to condition changes they are. If they are like relatively small, like lollipop, you must pay more attention because you don't want them to be overwatered or underwatered. You just have to monitor them at least twice a day. Because when they are small, the lily beetles can also just take them, harm them. But gladly I was able to keep picking and we don't have them for a long time. Now here there's a smaller trumpet lily. I bought them as a, I think from Home Depot as a combined bag, so I don't know the exact name. I imagine it's trumpet lily pink perfection, but I'm not solidly know. And this one is really small. You can see the leaves are different, are thinner than the, say, the Landini. You can compare the two leaves. But then there's a very tall one, like here, from the same batch. I probably can grow a little more, but I don't want to overcrowd them because I notice when I overcrowd them, the more delicate type, they simply decline. They just don't cease to exist. So I want to give them enough space and soil, and as you can see down there, I added a little soil because if I add too much soil, they also react like too much soil, like they are suffocating or something. And these are growing really well, and they look like a bicolor Asiatic lily. The base color is a lemon yellow and with dark maroon spots. I really don't know the name of this either. And there's actually two types. This is one type that grow much taller and more vigorous. Less vigorous, this one. It's orange or reddish pink flower in the lower section. It just opened. This one has not been growing as fast, but still lovely. And then you can see Landini, the parent had a baby. This is also a Landini. It's a baby bulb, which is what I desire. I want to have it. And then over here, I actually also don't know what exactly this is. You can see it has a pendant flower. I think it's maybe a third cap. It's a red, beautiful red color. I mean the one behind with pendant flower. Okay. As you can see, this bed is raised above the ground. It's really raised above the ground. So lilies really like, in terms of soil, they don't pick acid or alkaline or whatever, but they like it, feel like it's not holding water at all. It just feel like the soil dry out too easily. However, they also like it to be nutritious, so it's a contradiction. So what I do is every year I add a little bit. So that black is new soil on the roots. I add a little bit. Again, if you add more, the lily may rot and wilt. And then in terms of light, it's also a contradiction. In terms of growth, they really like full light, hot burning day, full light, full sun, hot burning day. As long as, like from morning to night, as long as possible, they don't fear hot at all. Unlike other bulbs, they don't fear hot. However, for the delicate flowers to last long, the flowers prefer overcast days. So it's kind of a contradiction. In hot sunny days, the flowers can be burned in just one day. If you have close to 30 degrees Celsius, and well, when that happens, it's just one day. But gladly, we are in a cooler climate. We are zone 6B. I imagine the flowers of lilies do benefit from a colder climate because they have hot sun. Yet the temperature is not too hot, so the flowers will last longer. And I believe the pink perfection has been developed for a long time. So is the lollipop, but their beauties are no matched. The trumpet lily has not just the color but also the shape. It's an elegant long bell, like trumpet shape, and it's also highly fragrant. And it's because this one is tall, it's close to my nose, and the profile of the scent is the same as Oriental lilies. And the new development on the left is again it's a different kind, but you can see the new development does get things better because this petal is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's reflecting light. It's not a texture of leather, but it's, how do I describe it? It's like some kind of decorative paper that is shiny, like I don't know what word to describe it, but it's reflective and shiny, and it's really purple. And, let's come back to the salmon star. This year the salmon star is not as tall as last year, so especially the better varieties, you do need to give them more nutrient. Again, it's a contradiction. So they like it well drained, like the water almost hold no water. They also like it highly nutritious. So I added some nearby, some black soil this year nearby, and overall I say lilies do require something, that you have to pay attention to lily beetles. At least, I mean, for my climate, it's okay because we're cooler, so the lily beetles are not that crazy. I'm able to pick them up. When it's really hot days, every day I pick them up at least once between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. And you won't find lily beetles if you just go to quickly have a look. Just for me, I have to sit there, play with flowers for like at least 3 to 5 minutes at one position. I just squat down and play with flowers and maybe remove antlers, and then I start to see lily beetles, and I crash and remove them. And another sign is they will eat the leaves, so you will see newly eaten holes on the leaves. And you can see it didn't happen. Pretty much didn't happen with my lily, because when we are 15 degrees or lower in the night, the lily beetles are not that active, and so we are spared maybe, but I still have to check every day. It's really, and also you can see this bed. Some people grow lily in a large field. I don't recommend doing that because I have to check lily beetles because we don't have the predators. I think in Asia they have the parasitic wasp, so the lily beetles just cannot survive well. So they can grow them into a large field. You can see my bed is narrow. I can check the lilies on both sides, and there's nowhere I cannot reach. I can reach everywhere. So I sit down, I check up and down carefully for at least 5 minutes for lily beetles every day. And then that way I crush. Some days I crush 0, some days I crush 1, some days I crush up to 3 lily beetles. Our neighbor, a Greek lady in her 80s, her husband passed away. She has a old-fashioned tiger lily, and she never deal with any lily beetles. So her tiger lilies, several tiger lilies in one location, is a hotbed of lily beetles. Even when we are that close to them, I don't get that many. So thanks to the cooler climate. And me personally, I don't like it hot. I like it cool as well. So this work with me well, suit me well. I remember I also in another video I also discussed about the amaryllis hippias stream. When I keep them indoors, the flower lasts maybe a day or two, but when I keep them outside, for sure the flower lasts I would say more than a week. So that is the pendant in the middle. That's the pendant flower, but the flower is even their pendant, they're facing the south. So here we see the back of the flowers. But anyway, I'm very thankful. This summer is cool for us, and for the last 3 days when lilies are blooming, we have overcast, rain, and cloudy days, so the flowers are able to maintain for a longer time. Just to be honest, if there's no hot sun, like every day is overcast, the flower can last, I believe, can last at least 2 weeks. But as I said, in hot days, it's not going to last. So it's definitely outdoor gardening is a very pleasant thing to do. It is actually a lot of work, but if you like it, it's something you don't feel exhausting. You feel it's pleasant to care for the plants, and they really will be blooming. So right now is the early blooming and trumpet and Asiatic lilies. I also want to talk about this Breck's purple tree lily. It's first year. They usually are much shorter first year. I'm a little worried because I have the rose Davis, John Davis behind it. If it's grow very tall, it's going to block the rose, the sun of the rose. Hopefully not too much. Because I do have trees on this side, roses are really sun lovers. Even a little less sun make them grow slower, and some fragile variety may even die. So because we have a cooler climate, not all roses survive that well. I have to admit my failure. The Rose San Juan, which flowered last year, did not come back this year. I'm almost certain it died in competition with John Davis, and because this location is not as sunny and hot as it desire. Okay, let me try see if I can show the reflection better. Yeah, so it shows the reflection of the Breck's. I bought it from Breck's Canada on sale. Sometimes Breck's price is higher than local, like Home Depot. I believe Home Depot also sell Breck's bulbs, but this are bought online, and they do have lifelong protection. I don't use them as much because they seem to be growing very well, and the variety is wonderful. It's a new, I can tell, I don't know any detail, there aren't any detail explaining where it come from, but you can see it's an early blooming, and the flower has new feature, is reflective. The surface is like shiny and reflecting, like a better word finally found, like a silk, like a fine silk. And then the shape is like an oriental lily. But anyway, and over here is our summer star. this year. The fragrance is so wonderful. Okay, lollipop and a smaller trumpet. Just for comparison, here are the two types of Amaryllis hippie stream, and they have been blooming for at least 4 days now. And once it's kept outdoors, they are like this. And then because we have cooler climate, the flower may also last longer because of the cooler climate. But also because of cooler climate, the natural blooming time is now, like in the late July time, which makes sense. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.